Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new Let's Play. We're going to be playing Crusader Kings Free to Wander Amidst Mortals. This is, of course, being streamed live on YouTube, and it's then going to be unlisted, so you guys will have to wait until the video comes out to watch it. Isn't that suck? But we're going to be playing the Japanese Wanderer today, the immortal Japanese Wanderer, and this is our character, Morimoto Takashi. I made it with stream, and by made it with stream, I made it in front of them. I didn't really ask their opinion, because fuck everyone's opinion. I'm correct, everyone else is wrong. Now, we're obviously going to be playing as a Shinto, because that Shintoism is the kind of most, not prescribed, but like very much the most associated with Japan, even though Buddhism was very, very like big, and so was Christianity for in the future. We're going to be playing as a Shinto clan. We're going to be running around looking like a random Japanese guy with decent stats, immortal, and all that fun stuff. We've got the basic stat of Aspiring Blade Master, some good stats to get us going. Generally speaking, we're an okay character, so let's finalize this, submit, and start. So we are Master Morimoto Takashi of the Valiant Sword. Don't know if the Valiant Sword's what I want to call, but let's let the pre-game lag get out of there, because CK3 loves to do that to me. To the roads we walk. The path ahead stretches on and on, a lonely winding thread twining toward the distant horizon. My camp is quiet. Just a few scattered tents and pack animals yawning in the breeze. Strangers and hangers-on rise with the day, preparing for their morning chores with reluctance. Most of the miscellaneous chaff that flit in and out of a group on the road with each new settlement. Few faces catch my eyes as ones I recognize, at least in more than passing. So you can either do... Let's see what you want to do. I have no worthy followers. Ooh. Let's do There'll Be an Army someday. So we're going to get Nagatsugu and Michisuna. Do that. There'll be an army someday. So, I never really played or did anything with the whole Wanderer thing. So, let's just slap ourselves into Valor here. No player error and available camp. So we can become we're going to become sword for hire. We're going to be immediately going to go down the Ronin stuff. So we get loads of loads of knights, more men at arms, cheaper to embark. We find more merc contracts, find more prowess and martial contracts, and unlock camp upgrades, siege engineers, lock wagon, palisade builds, ditch digging. Okay. So we're straight into that. We don't have the only domain we have is this little camp here with a single pavilion. The game looks hella complex. Aylin, it's definitely more complicated than it used to be. Like, I'd say CK1, or Crusader Kings 1 was more complicated in a lot of ways. I'd say there's a lot more surface looking complications here. But this is our Giga Chad right here. And I mean, he's just dressed in the wrong stuff completely. Let's give him some better clothes. Oh, he's wearing Ronin. Oh no, he's Ronin hair, that's fine. Okay, first things first, no headwear. Oh, we do have the Domaru armor, which is really nice. I mean, look at that Chinese armor. That Chinese armor is sick. I may have to do a Chinese series just because I really do like Chinese armor. Let's do... Ooh, see, that armor's more the archer armor, if I remember correctly. Oh, you know what? We'll just go with the normal armor. I just don't like the hat, so we'll get rid of the hat. Right. We've got some few things to go through. So, criminal contracts. No, we're not doing anything criminal. And we have no champions. We have no men-at-arms. We could create a mounted samurai. Do a nice gold and white. Oh, yeah, you can't edit the color of your armor, I don't think. Yeah, as far as I know. Yeah, let's just not worry about that. It's not important. It's not important. Let's get to the meat of the game. So we've got a few champions. I'm going to force both these guys to be champions, so we have at least some men. These are our only two fighters right now. Or, you know, not generals, but like main fighters. We have... Yeah, our entire army is currently just two fighters. Like, this is our army. These two and us. We are a huge army, as you can see. We are gigantic. And we need to get married. Now, I don't intend to really give a shit about my kids, because, you know, having kids isn't important to us. Well, you know, we'll call ourselves a Valiant Sword. Why not? I do like that these islands are usable, like the little island over here that... Oh, it's part of shore, but that's fine. The map itself is absolutely gorgeous, I will say. I do love the way they've kind of, like, messed with it and, like, made it look a lot nicer. Okay, so we don't have a personal physician, we don't have a caravan master, we don't have bodyguards. Average, terrible, terrible. They're not even great at being bodyguards. Holy shit. Okay, we'll appoint you as a caravan master. Improve your skills, because you suck. Oh, no intrigue needs to be done. Become a great conqueror. I can do that, but just not yet. Champion the Yamamoto culture. Okay, the champion of the tiger. Ooh. I think this is definitely going to be something we're going to go for. We gain the Golden Code of the Tiger armor type artifact, and House Morimoto gains Swan Song. That's really cool. Travels of Captain Morimoto Takashi and the Valiant Sword. Oh, it's a book. The Shintoist Path Ascension. Okay. Pretty OP and broken too. Yeah, we do need to get a personal physician. We just don't have one right now. It's been gathered provisions. We can reject inheritance. Form a ritual sacrifice. Work on some stress. Okay, so these are like the ones we need to look into. The Naman is now. Let's go to a cast holding of Heian Cure. See what is this. First, we can get to some exotic stories. Train with elite guard. Yamashiro's elite guard, or recruit warlike followers. Buy provisions, sell artifacts, and peruse contracts. That's probably going to be a very important thing for us to do straight away. Don't think we're going to really need to worry about that, and there's no situations currently, other than the Iberian and the Silk Road, which are nothing to do with us. Okay, so we don't have an heir, so let's immediately fix the issue of having an heir. Cool, there's no valid character. What's the majority religion? Okay, so the majority religion is looking like it's Pundarkia. We also have Yogakara, Shugendo, and then Shinto. Okay, so Shinto is actually a lot more pervasive than I thought it was, which is good because I know it's actually, I know it's like the main religion Japan's known for. And then we have Kamayuism up in the north. But the actual prevailing of the actual court religion, we go here, is yeah, it's the Pundarika. This guy is not very good at governing. I don't have a governing efficiency, thank God. If we bring back Shinto, you can bring back the shogunate. Oh, nice. Okay, that's definitely something. I mean, I do intend to conquer Japan and then start going ham on people, but we just need to get there first. And we have a grand army of 2 people other than us, so not really ready for the whole kill everyone. We have no artifacts. That's fine. And I'm sure I'm gonna 1 second. Let me just put my see if I can lock my. I don't think you can lock your. I think you can lock your Yeah, you can't lock your mouse to the game because for some reason Paradox is weird. So what's the goal and how do I get it? So at the moment the goal is to essentially conquer Japan. That's the long-term goal. The short-term goal is to survive and be like figure out how to do this whole stuff here. Let's immediately visit the Heianko. So the main square. Few places are majestic as a castle, and Heianko is no exception. Yamato troops and banners are visible everywhere in the city. As we pass through the main gates, I spot a handful of guards peeking out of their embrasures above. My champion, Nagatsugu, looks around with a content face, seemingly enjoying the change in scenery. We should mingle with the local taverns. The tavern, gathering travelers and local Yamato alike, is brimming with activity. A storyteller is seated by the fire a bit further in, and a gathering of shady chums are pestering the server for more huangji. Nagatsugu looks around the jumble of individuals with an intrigued glint in his eye. Let's see who's up for recruitment. Approaching the crew of unemployed Yamato, I raise my voice and address them directly. I am looking for some skilled, reliable men to join my camp. Who amongst you are up for that task? Interested parties introduce themselves as Korihisa, the Lude, and Norizane the Timid. As I finish making introductions, a burlesque woman immediately walks up to me. My name is Katako. For reasons that are my own, I would like to join my camp. So we've got Shite, Shao. Okay, yeah, we want this dude. This dude. He's not our faith, but he at the very least is the best out of them. So we want Korishu. How about you come? Oh, he wants 200 gold. We'll take the free one. Katako, was it? Join me. As I make my way back from the recruits, I catch an entrancing scent from the bowls of zoshi being prepared in the kitchen. On my right, Nagatsugu grins appreciatively as a peasant finishes a crude joke involving several bodily fluids. I shoot him a surprised look as I weigh what to do next. Let's head back. I exit the tavern and squint at the light, breathing in the fresh air outside. The smell from the nearby Yamato selling bowls of zoshi makes my mouth water. Nagatsugu hums appreciatively as he meticulously inspects a stall of religious sandalwood carvings. I'm done here. Let's go back to my camp. So currently, what do we got with our camp? So we can either gather provisions, visit holding. So let's scour the land for some provisions. Actually, no, we've got provisions. We're good. Let's have a look at the contracts. We've got an ambush travelers, a regal court, and an escort emissary contract. So this is kind of how we're going to need to start making our money, is through doing these contracts. I think I don't know which one I want to go with yet. With the current government and the current religion, they can't do as many wars, but if you or a Shinto character brought the Shogun back and made Shinto the new main religion, you can do wars. Well, the good thing is, we're not part of Japan. We're actually, you know, an independent ruler. Like, an independent guy who's just wandering, so we don't have to worry too much yet. Let's go with escort emissary. The valiant soldiers of fortune, a noble envoy of the Soryo. Soryo, and needs protection for the bandits and accidents, and welcomes the aid of experienced travelers. So we could fail, lose some fame, but if we succeed, we get 95 gold. We gain opinion, gain some prestige, or we could gain 48. So 48 is going to be hopefully our minimum. Let's take a contract. A delegation from the Soryo Minamoto Kamitomo of Shinano, Shinano, saunters through the flaps of my great tent. Greetings, adventurer. Speaks an envoy. Many other roads of this world are treacherous. If you'll work for Shinano, my liege would pay you for your expertise. I, Tamasuke, am a most loyal servant to the Soryo. It is with his words I must carry to Sugaru, to the halls of Kimi Tomitara. Guide me, protect me, and entrust my missive does not fall to prying eyes. I appreciate it, dude. I'm grateful for the stuff. Good to know. It's good to like get little tidbits. That's like kind of the best thing. On my camp. Yeah, all of my men camp shall travel to Sugaru. So oh Jesus Christ, they want us to go far. Okay. Let us... Currently, we have a 0 chance of danger. Scout for some talent. We've already scouted for talent, so now we need to do something different. Let's, I mean... Yeah, there's forest. I don't want to do Pathfinder. What's... yeah, we'll do Wilderness. Right. I think that should do. Costs us 950 provisions, but let's go. And it's now time to undo time. I immediately gained... I visited a temple. Nice one. The Trodden Path. It could be affected by mortality, I think. The procession is ground to a halt, a stone's throw away from Suguru. I look over to see my caravan leader, Michizuna, dismounted and intently staring at something on the ground. The other entourage members have gathered around him. Michizuna looks up as I approach. Captain, there is an ant path here. I may be a tad superstitious, but you should never cross an ant path. He pauses. My great-grandfather did. He never returned home. Fine. We'll find another path. Scout for talent, a willing follower. I came across a man while passing through Suguru. He is hungry and takes a bite of biscuit as I approach. Hello, my name is Koreki. Koreki? I know how to rough folks up. Real good at it, too. Knocked the stable master out in one punch during last night brawls, I did. This is very European still. My skills could serve you well. Shall we discuss payment? I can only pay you in food and clothes. We lost quite a bit of provisions there, but that's okay. And we're not even halfway yet. So we need to be very careful with provisions. Oh, I lost some stress. Cool. And the only woman I could marry is the woman in my court who is absolute dog shit. So let's not. We'll get a wife in the future. So we're just visiting random places and getting ourselves some real buffs here, which is nice. Okay, once we've moved up here, we'll get ourselves some stuff. Got 3 champions, which is nice. Nice slow pace. Ooh, should be a good stooge. Cool, we now have a stooge. I don't know what it's going to do, but it'll be fun. Transport compact, escort emissary. I am brought before Kimi Tomotada himself. You have come at my acquaintance Sorio Tematomo's behest, no? On what business? Masuke steps forward. Worthy Kimi Tomitada. I speak for Sorio Minamoto. Oh god, this is gonna be so many. I'm so bad with these names. Of Shiano. But the message I bear is for Furious alone. Come, answered the Kimi darkly. We shall speak in my chambers. Captain Takashi, your service is noted. You may remain a guest of my tribe. Yay! We did exceptional. We got money! Got paid, bitches! Okay, so let's have a look. So, if we do this, we get extra capacity and extra supply. We get a core master, okay. And we upload camp revelry. We cannot upgrade the pavilion yet, but upgrading the pavilion will be useful in the future. Barbers 10. Mess 10. Roaring Fire. Approving Grounds. Oh, we were still timed. Okay. Kareki's most recent foe slumps down, panting and defeated. Wrestling is a fairly popular sport among most mercenaries for obvious reasons, but Kareki pursues it like an art form. I sometimes wonder if you would prefer to fight barehanded, needing no other weapon. The man sees my pondering look and raises his fist in a polite yet mocking jest. Well, Takashi, how about it? Brave words for an imminent loser. What's the plan for when you get land? Any location in particular? Currently, no. We're all playing. For the most part, we're going to be playing this by ear. My goal is to... I want to... Like, when it comes to my personal province, I want to own Edo, which is obviously here. I want to be... you know, I want to own the Edo region. Like, so I want to own... kind of like... Yeah, I want to own Edo. That's like the only goal I have in mind is owning Edo. Outside of that, I don't really have any goals not goals. I don't have any place I really want to specifically start. Right. So let's see how this little fight goes between us. Oh, wait, did it already? It might have already resolved, actually. Everyone's going to be a fighter. So we've got 5 contracts. Take the innocent. Transfer side, hide muscle, hunt criminals. Ooh, we can hunt some criminals. I said, well, don't have to worry about harm. You could visit loads of places like Rome, the capital of China. No, we have to worry about being harmed. We can still die if we get stabbed. Like, if someone stabs us really good, we dead. Like, we did. Like, we did. Yeah, we need to still be very careful, but we do have the skills to keep ourselves alive. Hopefully. I think my initial goal right now is going to be to get the Champion of the Tiger, because this looks really cool. And getting an artifact armor called the Golden Code of the Tiger sounds amazing. Oh, you meant traveling. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, we definitely... I mean, we could travel in the future, but I think we're going to try and stick to Japan and, like, just stay here, because, you know, it makes sense if we stay here. I really want to get Champion Errant as well. That seems, like, really cool. We need to be exalted among men and have completed 10 martial prowess contracts of no criminal nature. Well, I have no intention of being criminal, and I'd love to our house to gain Swan Song. Don't have a stiller, but we will probably in the future. I want to know when this becomes available. So it'll cost me... I need to become exalted among men. But currently we're losing prestige, so that's a concern of ours. Alright, so let's go do this hunt, because I'm pretty sure this one... Yeah, 35. Or we could do this one at 59. Before we do anything, we need to go get some provisions. So let's do that. Let's gather some provisions. Stepping outside my camp, I survey the surrounding mountains, seeking any sign of game or fodder. Toguru should treat us well. The valleys are full of life, and one only need take the proper time and care to find it. With my snares, I shall feed us. Yeah, we'll go with that one. We've got 300 provisions. Nice. So let's go do this hunt criminals then. Be on the lookout for renegades and reprobates haunting the back roads. If your sword arm is strong and your eye true, Kotan Korku promises generous rewards in exchange for the head of a particular thug. Let's go. The band of Kotan wrinkles his nose distastefully. Malcontents have been harassing my private estates. They burn, kill, and steal with near impunity, slipping away before my retainers can clap them in irons they so rightly deserve. I nod. The gang must be slippery to warrant such a private bounty. Their leader is one Tele. Bring me his head, if before he can slip away for good, and you'll have your payment. We move as one. Let's just get immediately to the fight. You know, we just want to get there ASAP and get it done. I don't know why I'm going all the way up there, but okay. I trust there is some logic to where the game's taking me. Oh, sorry, it's getting wet in the throat a little bit. Bring me his head. We first meet Tele in the lofty mountains of Sum. The valiant sword spread out towards and around his own little band of ne'er-do-wells. All of us tense and ready for bloodshed. Come now, let us see. There he is. Booms Tele as he elbows his way to the front of the throng. The little lost lord who thinks he'll cut me down to size. Well, come then, Takashi. Here I am. Bloody fly. Tele can't win here. And he knows it, at least not openly, but if they can just run beyond my grasp. Have at thee, cur. For a brief moment, Tele and I pace in lazy half circles, each watching for an opening. I have my sword, ready to defend myself, while he clutches his sword firmly to hand. Only one of us is walking away from here today, and I intend it to be me. With a sudden twitch, our bout begins. Tele is famed for his ability with a sword, and he reminds me of that with a perfect flowing chain of quick slashes, punctured by the occasionally terrifying, powerful cleave. So he is a 90, so he's actually really good. We are better, but that doesn't mean everything. So I'm going to do the best thing we can normally do in this situation, is to strike, parry, or repose. I leap into action, launching a flurry of quick slashes, driving myself hard against Tele's guard, wearing him down with each expertly timed strike. Tele retaliates with a smooth flowing series of quick slashes and powerful cleaves, each strike forcing me back a little more. My form is good with only small errors, and Tele's stance is incredible. My opponent's guard is fierce, and I feel far from victory. At the best you've got, you can't even hit me. Time and again, I backpedal, dodge, and weave, always keeping just within a tempting target distance. Soon, Tele showing signs of exhaustion. Tele counters with a fierce hail of quick slashes, almost running me through repeatedly. My form is excellent, with little chance of mistakes, and Tele's stance is incredible. I have yet to open my opponent's guard at all, and see no way to claim victory yet. Strike, parry, riposte. I leap into action, launching another flurry of quick slashes, driving myself hard against his guard. Wearing him down with expertly timed strike, he shifts into defensive stance, his sword forming a damned near impenetrable wall of perfect parries between me and him. My form is excellent, with little chance of mistakes, and his stance is still incredible. My opponent's guard is fierce. I feel far from victory. It'll work just like it does in the Legends, right? And there we go. I will my body to match the vivid mental picture of a legend shifting into an awkward stance while whirling my sword. With more than belief, I charged Tele, sword out in perfect imitation of the stories, eyes screwed shut by reflex. There is a sudden stone-hard force upon my sword, the sound of wet flesh sheared in half, and a spasm passes up my arm. I open my eyes, so almost certainly I'll see my own doom, only to be met with annihilated neck stump of Tele, fountaining blood into the air with reckless abandon. By the time I've located his head, the light has long since gone from the man's eyes. Goodbye, Tele. I tossed Tele's severed head to Kotan. Kotan's agent, the red-purple meat landing wetly beside him. You killed him in single combat? My, how fierce, remarks the Kotan's servant, gingerly handing over our pay at the same time. The words are of little consequence, but the delicious weight of the fat purse and its cargo of silver helped make our little hunt thoroughly worthwhile. A job well done. Not gonna lie, did not expect to actually win in immediate single combat. Support travel. We no longer need to move. So we can have escort and emissary. So let's pause while we look at the contract. So, is hunting a criminal classed as? It should be, but wait, the champion of the heart? No, I want to be champion of the heart. I want to be champion of the tiger. Give me tiger back, you bastard. Rude. Whatever. With tiger, whatever. Yes, that does count as towards the thing. So we did it. That's 2 contracts we've done successfully. One of which was just a simple escort, which apparently didn't count as a non. Okay. So we've got 2 sets of hunt criminals. We've got escort emissary. Oh no, we've got 3 hunt criminals. Let's see. This one is paying 48, 67, and that one's still paying 35. They all pay the same amount of provisions. So we could nearly upgrade the pavilion. So at the moment we have level 1. If we upgrade it to level 2, we get extra men-at-arms, extra domicile, extra safety, extra provision caps. Honestly, I think the most important thing for us to build right now, to me personally, I think what we should do is we should build the ability to move more. So I think the supply tent, because once we get it up to max, we'll be really good at like supplying and whatnot. And getting the quartermaster should help a lot as well. I'm going to construct that. It's going to take 5 months. And I think after that, I don't really know what I want to build after that. I think maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But let us go hunt criminals over here for 67 gold. Travelers near Menas. Be on the lookout for renegades and retrobates haunting the back roads. If your sword arm is strong and your eye true, Kotan promises generous reward in exchange for their land. The band of... Kotan wrinkles his nose distastefully. Malcontents has been harassing my private estates. So their leader is one Tamaki the Elder. Bring me his head before he can slip away for good. We move as one. Yes. I just realized what I was meant to do is I keep pressing the wrong one. Them is a land of strange and obscure custom to me. The practices of the Kumayists faith are strange and unimaginably different from Shinto, and nowhere is that more apparent than in the attitude towards the practice of magic. Right in the middle of town, there is a woman chanting incantations and offering blessings as if she were a priest. It is strange to me, but the people appear positively jubilant in her presence. This is really none of my concern. Let's not get ourselves killed for something stupid. Cutting rations. Leader, begins Koreki. I couldn't help but notice that we are about halfway through our provisions. Shouldn't we start reducing our rations or even better? Plan to stop to stock up? It's not an emergency yet. These kinds of situations don't need to be long to turn for the worse. A simple delay, and we could find ourselves forced to eat at the soles of our boots. Just buy ourselves something tasty the next town. Bring me his head. We first meet Tamaki the Elder in the darkling forest of the Minas. The valiant sword spread out towards him and a little band of ne'er-do-wells. Ha! Laughs Tamaki. This is everyone you've brought? Excellent. Excellent. Bit of fine sport at long last. And you're here in person too. I shall enjoy putting you in the dirt, Takashi. Tamaki can't win here, and he knows it. At least not openly. But if he runs just behind my grasp. Nah. Have it, thee scallion. Or scullion. Oh. Travails of a cook before we get to fight. I don't think we're being unreasonable, smirks a cook who presumably drew the short straw on coming to speak to me, waving an arm dismissively at the surrounding terrain of all the while. Even in this rich forest, we can't take the time to stock up on some little luxuries that make our food bearable. I sigh, weary of conversation already. I wonder which of us will break first. Our stockpiles are in the state they're in, and this fool is out here arguing about whether the last of our supplies will hit the pallet just right. We could stop to forge. Almost empty-handed. We get 400 ain't empty-handed. For a brief moment, Tamaki and I pace in lazy half circles, each watching for an opening. I heft my sword, ready to defend myself, while he clutches his hammer firmly to his hand. Only one of us is walking away today, and I intend it to be me. With a sudden twitch, our bout begin. Never Afral, always faithful scum, screams my opponent, flailing his hammer furiously at me and near me. Attack first, attack hard, on guard. Putting all my strength with my first strike, I leap straight for Tamaki, hefting my sword high into a powerful cleave that sends him reeling. Tamaki raises his hammer in a strangely familiar fashion, then executes a near-perfect crushing thwack that I could swear I've seen before. My form is good with only small errors, and Tamaki's stance is formidable. My opponent's guard is fierce, and I feel far from victory. I am the fastest blade in the Yamato. In battle, I'm an artist. Every strike is a brushstroke, every fallen foe or gout of blood a splash of paint. As I brandish my sword, switching seamlessly between flourish and strike, I paint a picture of agony across my foe. Tamaki's retort is carefully calculated, winged precisely the right time, per point to reply with several rapid thumps of his hammer. My form is excellent, with little chance of mistake, and his is still formidable. My opponent is still holding off my blows well, but seems close to faltering. Strike parry riposte. I leap into action, luring a flurry of quick stashes, driving hard against Tamaki's guard, wearing him down with each expertly timed strike. Tamaki shifts into offensive stance, his hammer forming a damn near impenetrable wall of perfect parries between him and me. My form is excellent, with little chance of mistakes, and his is formidable. I am put on the back foot, but need to consolidate my victory. Better men who have died trying to break my guard. My foe breaks my guard. No foe breaks my guard, and my opponent today is no exception. I force him back back time and again, with a chain of perfect parries, only offering devastating cleave when he's utterly exhausted. The first strike smashes a gaping hole in Tamaki's guard. The second robs him of his use of his sword arm. My opponent stumbles, lucidity fading amidst an avalanche of pain. I take my time lining up the next blow, heaving deep into the man's chest with my sword. The next attack simply cuts the pain short. I toss Tamaki's Yale's severed head at the agent, the red-purple meat landing wetly beside him. You killed him in single combat. My, how fierce, remarks him. There we go. Gold! And then we need to abandon travel. Like what the fuck? We need to stop moving. Abort. Okay. Okay, so we're looking pretty. Stuff's looking pretty good for us. We already have a kill count. Yes, we're dealing with these thugs and rapscallions pretty well. So we're not going to do anything. I'm not going to do anything that's illegal because you know. Oh no, I look like that got more money. Do you want me to go? Where does this want you to go? Hey, we should probably start heading south just to make sure we're actually back in Japan. I don't really... I mean, we could go fishing, but that doesn't really help with what I want. Is it a Silk Road market? No, I'm not really care about any of that. Damn, I'm not a strategist or a gallant. Though I'm pretty sure we get both of those. Yeah, strategist and gallant. We get those from here. So we could definitely get... Like, Great Conqueror is definitely going to be in our future. Get the Conqueror trait, which is a fucking amazing trait. Gamma of Seasons Veteran consists of Retinue Lancers and Retinue Vanguard. Get Press Claim. You just get to basically do a bunch of cool stuff. I think, like I said, this is going to be our main goal for now. Still no wife, but I mean, it's not really going to matter to us if we have no wife. We could visit the tribal holding, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move down to here and to hunt the criminals. Let's do it. So we'll do a smaller group, travels fast. Actually, no, we'll move the entire thing. I don't really want to add any of these places to my... Why are we going all the way up here? I don't understand. I'm gonna abort travel. Right. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, let's just travel. Okay, there we go. We're no longer traveling. Move camp to there. There we go. Just scout for talent, and there we go. Oh shit! Didn't. Customize route. Scout for talent. It'll cost 680. That's fine. The hermit. A grotto emerges from the vegetation like a stone arch in a cathedral. On its entry, there's a small wooden table and stall. Someone has left a lantern burning on it. Careful, Captain. Michasuna holds up his arm in front of the chest. These are bandits in these lands. Quick to make accusations, a dimly illuminated figure stands in the entrance of the cave. Amelia Hermit, and you, well, you carry the title of Captain. Yeah, let's just go. We don't need to worry about the hermit. Okay, so we're going to deal with these criminals once we've got over here. Scout for talent, a willing follow. I came across a man while passing through Moran. He is brash and crosses his arms as I approach. Greetings, my name is Ikotoi. I've overseen the loading of carts at the Moran market for years. I've organized dozens of farms at local mills. Yes, what haven't I done? I was also to serve you. Yes, I'd happily pay you to join my camp. It takes there to assume you want to go back to your old spot. That's why it's done default, so you can't just change it. Yeah, I don't like the whole going back. That's weird. It seems that our caravan has become a little lost in the foreign lands. Michasuna has been tailing around us century for hours, and though he is last word his pride in astral directions, does not appear to be an expert Ainu speaker. Yay! Successfully interpreted. So we've now moved here. We have one complacent follower, and that's the new guy, which makes sense. We're going to need to obviously make sure we force him to be a champion. And now that we've moved, now that we're over here, how do I get, like, on with this contract? This is the one thing I don't know how to now actually do the contract now that we've moved. Do we just wait? I can make a request. I could ask for a men-at-arms regiment? No, I mean, I don't want to ask for anything right now. Yeah, I feel like I'm a little lost here. When can we go for things? Oh wow, why is that like so long? Okay, let's go to the holding. Look at our new people regularly gathering the tribal holding of Matomi in order to get trade, gossip, and share stories. Also, go something else. Go to the supplies. Okay, yeah, I can't afford that. Okay. So now I'm a little confused about what we do for this. Because, like, we're here, but nothing seems to be going on. A little worried for my provisions. Ins and outs. As we charge the road, a building hoves into view. The battered sign reads, "The Thundering Duck Inn." No luck here tonight. We've barely got room for our current lodgers, let anyone in new. Inside, the innkeeper shakes her head dismissively. And especially not your ragtag types. Oh well. I mean, I really don't care about that. We have a camp. We don't need lodgings. I think we may have bugged out this mission. But you know what? We'll figure this out in between the parts. But hopefully you guys have all enjoyed the first part of To Wander Amidst Mortals. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are interested, join the channel memberships. Leave a like, comment, share, all that fun stuff. I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. See you guys then.